Hello and welcome to this pick a card reading. If this is your first time on my channel, I'm happy to have you here. And if you're returning, welcome back. My name is Jody. I am an intuitive mentor and channel. That means it's my job to listen to spirit and to provide the messages that are coming through for you. You can find out all about my services anytime at thespiritexperience.com. So I'm just taking a moment to clear the decks we'll be using in this reading, as well as the charms. Today we're going to be talking about and asking the question and getting information for you on the next big change that may be happening in your life. Just a quick reminder as I move the decks out of the way that this is a collective reading. It is not an individual reading. So please take the messages as they are resonating with you and working for you and leave the rest. Okay. We are going to choose together from the Native Spirit deck. So you're just going to want to keep in mind the intention for the reading. Information on your next big change. Getting some insight. Why is this change happening? What's going on with this change? What have you been through? What can you do? And whatever else Spirit wants to tell us. Here's group number 1, card 1. The Eagle Medicine. Here, I'll show it to you. Eagle Medicine. These are beautiful in-depth cards of which I will be reading the story portion, as Spirit calls it, of the card, as well as providing the journey for you at the back end of your reading. So again, Witch Pile, number 2, Sweat Lodge. Ooh, love this one. Love all of these cards, are so beautiful. Which card feels like it's calling to you that's going to let you know what you need to know from Spirit about your next big change? Yes, card 3, Nature Spirits. Also a beautiful card. I mean, they're all, like I said, all gorgeous looking cards. Okay, and last but not least, the 4th group here. 4th card. Thank you. They want this one. I knew it. They're like, it's going to pop. Circle of Life. Again, of course, I say it every time, but another beautiful card. So take a moment, take a look, ask the question, which card is calling to you? Which card is your intuition telling you is going to provide you with the messages about your next big change? Once you make your selection, you can head down to the description to hop right ahead to your reading with the timestamps. Hello, group 1, and welcome to your reading. If you're listening to this, you chose the pile all the way to the left with the Eagle Medicine, and we're going to be taking a look at information on your next big change that's going to be happening. Now, first, they do want me to read from the Native Spirit book here by Denise Lynn. Such a beautiful description and a bit of a story with each of these cards. So the eagle in it of itself is very connected to both the earth and the heavens, and it allows you to be able to see a higher perspective. Of course, it soars high above. Courage and stamina are words that are connected to the Eagle Medicine card, as well as being able to overcome and face your fears. So I am going to read the What Your Native Spirit Wants You to Know portion of the card to kick it off. If the Eagle Medicine card has chosen you, you are at the advent of the opportunity to truly see life from a rarefied vantage point. Eagles are considered one of the most sacred of all birds in many tribes and cultures. Their single-minded fierceness, dynamic energy, and ability to soar high are part of the reason for this. This card reminds you to take heart and face fear. You do indeed have the strength to overcome any adversity. You also have a direct line to the Creator. Your prayers are heard and will be answered in accordance with your highest good. You have the capacity to channel extraordinary life force energy through your hands. And that's that. Now, there is a journey to go along with each of these cards. And so for you, I will put the journey at the end of your reading so you can try that at another time if you'd like to, group number 1. So you are going to be stepping up and stepping into connection and moving through adversity and facing your fears. I'm really excited to see what the cards will have to say about your next big change, because if it's something you've been fearing, not only are you going to be able to rise to the occasion, group 1, but they're saying that you're going to overcome it. And yes, it's like with success, it feels as though you're going to be operating at a very different level when you're through this change, group 1. They just said, have no fear. Easier said than done sometimes, Spirit. Okay. You've got the 4 of Cups showing up for you first here. As you can see, she's kind of bored with what's going on. She's missing the creator piece of this, they just said, which is in this depiction, somebody holding this final cup here and all of the beauty of the universe coming into it, all of the energy of the universe being funneled right into that cup. And she's like looking off into the distance, not even noticing that she's got that connection right almost in the palm of her hands, in the palm of this person's hands. They're trying to give it to her. Thank you. They just said the word mentor. So group number 1, there may be a mentor coming in to help you see a higher perspective or help you with your connection to spirit. Thank you. Let's see what we have here. 9 of Pentacles reversed. You may be wondering, thank you, they just said wondering if you can do this or create this or be fulfilled by this. Wow, you are wondering. 9 of Cups in the reverse position as well there. This is a fulfillment card and you're feeling unfulfilled. That's how I'm taking it. Everybody's nodding. So if you've been feeling unfulfilled in some area of your life, oh, yes. See how that resolves itself beautifully for you, group 1. So the 9 of Cups in the reverse position is like not being able to notice what it is that you've accomplished and sort of you're missing the connection of it. That's why you've got the Eagle medicine helping you out. You may want to try the journey if you so choose, because it will connect you to the higher realms and the creator. It's going to help you notice this cup that's showing up in order to get you to this completion type of harmonious energy. Also, if this has to do with a relationship of any sort, how they're saying it is, we're leading you to be fulfilled. Let's just get this last card and see what we've got. Okay, the 7 of Swords. They're saying that you may be lying to yourself a bit there, group number 1. Not only about your capabilities and what you're able to accomplish here, but what you've already accomplished and what actually fills your heart. That's why we've got this kind of boredom type energy, not noticing. Maybe you feel like you're not allowed to do that. They just keep saying this is about you. You may be looking around and going like, everything looks all right. Like there's nothing seemingly out of place. And I don't know why I feel this way, or I don't know why I feel like I'm not fulfilled, but I am. And they're saying that there's something that you're not telling yourself, or that you're kind of holding secret in your shadow. This card can mean like a deception. As you can see, he's carrying what looks like a crow in he's like stolen a crow. And they're all like freaking out over it. Okay. This one's like wondering. And he's got a little knife in his hand, but he's holding something or keeping something. And it feels like there's a piece of truth that needs to it's like you need to be honest with yourself, group number 1. Ooh, we got 2 cards just popping out there. Wow, this is yes. Okay, you've got the Princess of Wands here. I'm just asking where they want, yes, okay. So coupling this 4 of Cups energy. Just making sure that you can see these. Move them up a little. Okay. So you're getting the 7 of Swords here again, group 1. So yes, what they're saying here with this second row is you must be lying to yourself about what your capabilities are, okay? And you have to be able to use the eagle medicine. Remember that you're the eagle. You can soar up to a higher perspective to be able to look at, they're saying, look at yourself outside of yourself. That's how they're saying it. That's how they're saying it right now. And so, yeah, this is connected here. And I would love to see the coupling card here. But yeah, they're like, we'll get there. The Princess of Wands looks to the future to see what it is that she may be able to create, what it is that she may be inspired by. She allows herself to dream and to step into her passion, and she's excited about it. She's excited about it. So this is the solution for you here. Something's coming in for you to shift, taking this stance and remembering that you have the ability to tap into eagle medicine, which allows you to not only funnel in the creator energy and get you connected to that, but helps you fire up on the physical plane, is going to be so important for you to recognize. Yes. So again, this 7 of Swords is just verification for us to say you need to please, whatever this sword is that you're maybe you've told yourself all of these things and we're good. Those are the 6 swords, but you're hiding something from yourself about your capabilities and about what it is you can bring into this world, what it is you are able to do. And they just said, and what you like, group 1, and what you like. So maybe it's around not telling yourself the truth about what your true passion is, because you're getting this Princess of Wands here at the start of it, and you're probably bored because you're not following your passion. Let's get some more information. Okay, the Hermit card is showing up for you here. What I was doing is asking them for the change, because that is the intention of this reading. I said, show me where this change is going to happen, please. And when that card flipped over, they said, this is the change. This is the next big change. And the Hermit card is all about taking a time out. So you need a break, group number 1. We want to get out of this kind of energy and get into the freedom energy and the independence energy and the soaring type of energy. The next big change is allowing yourself to have some time to yourself, group number 1. Okay, because if you don't move into the Hermit and look within, use the Lantern to look within yourself and tell yourself the truth about whatever it is that you're hiding, about your abilities from yourself, right? It's like, be honest with yourself. This doesn't feel super connected to other people, except for the fact that they're affected by your energy, perhaps. They may be feeling that you're kind of like, same old thing, showing up, doing the thing. They need you to go within here, take a moment for yourself, and find what it is that you truly like. This is how you're going to initiate, that change that we're asking about. If you don't take the time to go within yourself, to tap into the eagle medicine and tap into the higher power, and notice this cup here. It's like they don't want you staying in denial at all. Okay. The 2 of Wands, planning. Reversed. Yeah. So this kind of fulfillment energy may, they said there isn't a plan yet. And so when you go within yourself, you're going to then be able to step into seeing better what it is that you might be able to change or do. You're going to be able to use this higher perspective energy to create this kind of fulfillment. I feel like this is coming on the back end, and it's coming here, but it's coming on the back end because, well, I'm interested to see the coupling card, but because, you might still have that stuff lingering even after you do take that time within. Sometimes like a limiting belief, if that's how it's showing up for you, group one, that's blocking you from being able to step into the next chapter is how they're putting it, and really follow your passion. It can come up again. Let's see what this card is. Look at that. New beginnings. So you can trust in the new beginnings that are happening right after you start to put a plan together. You may go like, I'm not exactly sure, and that's okay. Twos are always deciding type of energy, like you're weighing something out. And that's why she has planning here on this Two of Wands card. And that's because you're gonna be looking at what options you have or allowing the insights that you've got coming in finally as a result of this break, this solitude, setting yourself up with a practice. Thank you. They said, the eagle flies alone. The eagle flies alone. And so that's what you're meant to do right now. That's a huge change for you apparently, or maybe it's not a huge change, but it's definitely the big one that's being asked of you now in order to feel like you can step into fulfillment and actually love what it is that you're doing day to day. If you've been really bored, they're going to help you see that spark again and get that connection again with understanding that you need some time off. You need a break. A new beginning comes. A new path is born. That's how they just said that. A new path is born. That's beautiful. A new path is born as the result of first telling yourself the truth, remembering that you do still have that spark within you. You don't have to stay in this humdrum energy, believing that you won't be fulfilled and you can't do the things you want or bring them to fruition. It's absolutely available to you. You just may be in like a stuck place. That's why you've got this showing up for you, to soar, to remind you. You have the ability to do that. You have the spark within you, and you can get excited about that. Then tell yourself the truth. Go within and move into that solitude energy with purpose, they just said. Move into that solitude energy with purpose. That allows you to start seeing these little insights. You may not be able to move on them right away, but you will know when it's time to embark upon the Fool card. Beginning, she calls it here, but this is the Fool card. New beginnings, a new unknown path that you can be excited about. Group number one. How wonderful. But again, it only comes because you stop believing whatever this illusion is that you've made up in your head about yourself and your dreams or what you really love or what you want to do. I'm going to pull outcome energy here now for us from the Soul Lessons and Soul Purpose deck. This is really just guidance. It's like direction. A little added direction is what they wanted when I was prepping this, so that's what we're doing. All right. Begin to explore. Thank you, Spirit. And like put a bow on it. Put a bow on your reading here. So yes, begin to explore, group one. Wonderful. Permission to explore. Permission to explore the freedom, the soaring, the new perspective, the connection to the creator, the connection to source, the connection to your spirit team, freedom to explore your shadow and go within yourself and tap into what it is that you're not being honest with yourself about, freedom to get those sparks coming and start to have the insights that make you feel really good and possibly lead you to decisions, choices, different options that you could make to then embark upon new beginnings and continue to explore. So beginning leads to continuing to explore, group number one. This is beautiful energy. It's a huge reminder. You need to allow yourself the time within. You make that change that you're being asked by your team. They probably have all this stuff to tell you and remind you, and you may not be listening. You're kind of just like not paying attention, right? And so they're asking you, remember your spark, please. We need these insights and we need you to be honest. And then you're going to see this massive higher perspective, and you're going to feel like you can soar again and embark upon a new beautiful path. Even if it doesn't feel like you can go super heavy into it. That's why we have this direction card. Beginning to explore is all you're asked to do right now. It seems like a small thing, but it's a big change for you, group 1. Let's get you a charm before you go. Oh, see, this is reiteration, right? The lantern. The lantern. So the big change is going within and allowing yourself some time for solitude, group 1, so that you can understand yourself better, so that you can know what your divine truth is, and you can bring it out into the world and embark upon a new, beautiful path. I hope that this served you, and if you found this reading helpful, you can let me know by giving it a thumbs up or leaving me a comment below. And if you know someone else who might find the information in this reading helpful, please feel free to share it with them so they can receive the messages that they need. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that the next time that I post a pick a card reading, you will be notified. Thank you so much, group number 1. Hello, group 2, and welcome to your reading. We are going to get a look at some information on the next big change that's coming in for you. If you're listening to this, you chose the second card, the Sweat Lodge card. I absolutely love this card. It's a cleansing card. It's a card that asks you to clear out the clutter, to cleanse yourself, to purify, to stay that way, and to notice when it is that you're feeling murky, stuck, or like you've got clouded energy or you've got dense energy, and to purify. So any kind of clutter that's been lingering in your emotional body or in your mind, you're going to be looking at clearing that out, possibly for whatever is meant to be coming in, right? To fill that void in the future on the back of whatever change is happening. They are asking me to read what your native spirit wants you to know from the Denise Lynn book, because they're just beautiful, stories and tidbits. And then there is also a journey with each of these cards, which I will be putting at the end of your reading, so that if you'd like to try it, you can go ahead and do that. All right, let's read what your native spirit wants you to know to kick off this reading. Sweat lodges are small dome structures covered with skins, blankets, or mud in which very hot stones are placed in the center. Water is poured all over the stones so that hot steam arises from the rocks. Thus, the sweat lodge, with its hot steam, is used for purification ceremonies as well as a place to commune with the divine. This card chose you to tell you that it's time to clear out the clutter in your life. Sometimes clutter can be things in your closet that you don't love or use, but sometimes clutter can be outmoded relationships or habits that no longer serve you. The clearer your inner and outer space becomes, the easier it will be to hear the sweet messages from your soul. So beautiful. So a reiteration of, the clearing and the purification and the connection piece. Also, Spirit is really heavily mentioning that they are looking for you to create a void, group 2. Oftentimes, we muck up our energy, we muck up our space, whatever it may be. And when we start to clear that out, or we allow something to go from our lives that we no longer use or no longer need, what it does is creates a void, not only in your physical life, but perhaps in your emotional energy, in your emotional sphere, or in your actual energetic aura, right? It creates a void. And that allows Spirit to be able to do the work that they do and bring something in that's even better for you. So they're asking you to take responsibility for the clutter, group number 2, right off the bat. And again, look into the journey at the end of your reading if that is something that you're interested in. But right now, I'm going to get more information about, they want them this way, about what this sweat lodge and this change is all about. Okay, so for you, group 2, this may be about a relationship. They just said the way that you're doing something in a relationship, or the way that you're thinking about it, or it's the way that you are existing. That's how they just said. The way you're existing in your relationship is not helpful, I guess. So this could be any heart-centered relationship. The Knight of Cups sometimes speaks to, obviously, a romantic partner. But sometimes it could just be a heart connection. Also, this could also indicate, and I'm interested to see what your other cards are coming up here, an imbalance or someone that's not so nice. And you've been waiting for things to grow here or change, group 2. So you may need to remove yourself from a relationship or change the way that you exist in the relationship is really what they're giving me. Again, this does not have to be a romantic relationship. It very well may be with that Knight of Cups there. Whoa. I'm only looking for 5 here. They said, too bad it's 6. Okay. Too bad it's 6 for you, group number 2. All right. Queen of Pentacles. Yes, so this is something, there may be a hindrance in the funds, money, not being able to reach your full potential, or it's like you're waiting for something to grow. It's not coming to fruition, or it's having a hard time, or it's either you or that person. They said it's almost like you're not asking enough, or you're not asking. Yeah, this is an imbalance. Okay, so this is going to change for you, group 2. Whatever this, yeah, wow. The King and the Queen of Pentacles showing up in the reverse position. I really feel like this is heavily connected to a relationship for some reason here for you, group 2. It may be that it's just your relationship with money that this is sparking. That needs to be cleared out. How you use your money, how you exist with money, what you think about money, that kind of thing. Because you've got a couple of high-level pentacle cards here showing up in the reverse position. And what I feel like is like a negative train. It's not a loving way of being. And you're just waiting for the next thing to come, and then you kind of spend it, and there's no balance. So it feels like either A, this is connected to a specific person for you, group 2, and only you will know that. That's going to hit everybody differently, right? Like individuals. Or you need to look at the way that you're using your money, the way that you're existing with money. And if it is in a relationship, that still is called for here. What are you asking for with the money? Are you the one making all the money? Are they the one making all the money? Is it even? Is it balanced? Do you feel balanced? It doesn't need to be that one person, both people have to make the same amount of money or something like that. It doesn't have to be like that, but it needs to feel equal in whatever exchange it is that you agree upon. Yeah, it just feels like you're not looking before you spend, or they're not, and it's a really big problem. We need more information. This has to change, is what they just said. That's why it is in this reading. And Spirit really wanted me to do this. I'm wondering what they are going to give us here. You have to be able to clear this out, reevaluate. Ooh, yeah, okay. Good, thank you. Let's see what this is. Yeah. 7 of Cups. You've got the Ace of Discs here showing up first. That's the Ace, more Pentacles. This is the beginning. So this has to change. However it is that if this person is in your life and they're either not showing up to take responsibility, to show you love, they're not, especially around money, right? If you've been waiting for that to grow, or waiting for them to grow into someone who can take care of things on the physical plane, and it's just not balanced, this has to shift. And the way that they were saying it was, again, if this is just you, and this feels like you, and you can feel me talking to you, and Spirit talking to you about how you need to balance your finances, or balance or clear stuff out, or stop just buying things without looking. and just waiting for the next, like paycheck to come in or something like that, right? You have the opportunity to start a new financial story or start a new money narrative or start a new narrative around what your money can do for you. If it's to do with a relationship, then it's really starting a new narrative as well. They just said, the message doesn't change, Jody. It's being able to stand up for yourself and your finances, clearing out any of the old stuff. Interesting. The 7 of Cups here tells you that you have choices. You've got 2 sevens here. So you have choices as to what you're going to do with that money. You have choices as to how you're going to field that growth, is how they're saying it. So when you do have something happening, you need to look at all of your choices in front of you. If you're dealing with someone who's a big spender, let's say, if you've got a partner and they're a big spender and it's really making things imbalanced, or they just said, or if you're the spender, this is just obviously a for instance, then before you spend that money, look at what choices you have, okay? What choices do you have? It's gonna be very important for you to first observe. Thank you. Yeah, to be able to make the best choice for you. I just wanna see what's gonna come here next. Thank you. You want that upright or no, they said, okay. Princess of Cups. It's, they just want me to ask you, do you have dreams? Do you have dreams? They're getting squashed by the way that your finances are currently rolling. So you have choices. You don't have to do that. This is what needs to change. This is what needs to change for you, group 2. It's either the way that you are putting boundaries around your in your relationship with finances, with a person, with the way that you're spending, with the fact that you either do or do not have a budget. They want you to get things in order because it's blocking your dreams from coming to fruition here in a way that really feels good. Yeah, okay. Don't avoid it. You've got the Tower card showing up there in the reverse position. This tells me that you're trying to avoid doing this. It may be a coping mechanism or something you just don't want to look at, but it's time to clear it out. And anything attached to that money, especially the narratives that are around things, you may want to clear out your closet because obviously things are materialistic, and that's what we're dealing with all these pentacles. Things that you are coveting or using to facilitate some kind of like filling the void for you. Remember, they want you to clear so that they can bring something in that's much better, much better. And this Tower is happening for you. The Tower moment is a moment of intervention, divine intervention. Maybe this is your Tower moment. However, if you keep moving in this way without recognizing, I can do this differently, I have choices, I want my dreams to come true, I don't need to keep continuing in this way, I can actually clear the deck here and start over. You've got this Tower moment happening. That's a big decision. It may be really difficult for you to stand up for yourself or to make these changes and clear some of these things out, but they're not providing. Yeah, see, the devil may keep you, which is, the devil card is not a bad card. It just talks about how, I feel like it's like using it to cope. You're ignoring it because you're using it to fill some kind of void. And your spirit team is telling you, they're wanting me to say yelling at you, which take that as you will. Sometimes my team definitely yells at me as well. When I'm not listening the way they want me to, or I'm missing something that's of great significance or great importance, and they're telling you the coping is going to keep you. The intervention is now. The intervention is here. They're going to keep at it, and they're just warning you. The devil card is about like addictions or habits that are just keeping you stuck when no one is doing it to you. You're doing it to yourself. That's what the devil card is all about. You have a choice. You're not locked in a prison. You may be in a prison, but the door is not locked. They don't lock the door behind you. That you're not locked in. You can leave anytime you want. And that's what Spirit's telling you. You've got to have this moment where you realize, I can shift, I can create balance in my life. See, the devil's coupled up here. It's like you're not able to bring the dreams to fruition. And this habit, if you will, may be keeping you from leveling your money up, being able to provide yourself with everything that you want, and help. They just said help other people if that's something that you want to do. If you feel like your money is secure and you are listening to this reading, you either A, may want to pick a different reading because this is not your reading, or look at your narratives about that money. I don't know why they're giving me this now, but if you are listening to this reading and you feel like your money is secure, that you are balanced, that you have everything in line, are you holding too tightly and too nervous? Because that's the other extreme of the spectrum. You're looking for balance, right? So if you're like, I hold on to every penny, I can't let anything go, I have to check and check again, I don't like it, I don't like to be generous, I don't like to give anything. If you're holding too tightly onto it, that's a narrative that needs to be cleared out as well. It's not just always about spending. I'm picking up the spending, or because not paying attention, not looking before you leave, just wanting something and having that kind of energy, or not stopping to look at the choices or how you can use your money, right? Because someone who it clutches their money tightly usually looks at all the choices and then still goes, none of these are good enough for me. And sometimes you need to go, this is good enough, or I'm doing this for fun, or because this is what I do dream about, I am going to spend this money. So if you're on the other side of that, then you need to change your narrative as well. Why are you growing your money if you're not going to use it on something that's going to make you feel good or to enjoy it? Okay, you can't take it with you. That's what they just said. And so the devil for you, if that is you and you're a clutcher, again, opposite end of the spectrum, we're looking for balance. If you're a clutcher, they're going to put something in your way that helps you to release that, to clear that kind of a narrative out and that kind of story out that says, I can never spend any of my money because what if something happens? That's scarcity as well. Both are operating in this kind of energy, right? You don't have to stay in that prison where you feel like you can't spend a dime on anything. You have to clutch everything because what if something happens? You don't have to stay in that. Again, remember, if you are in a cell, if you're in a prison, that's how you feel as it concerns your finances, there's no lock on the door. There's no lock. You can walk out whenever you want. That's why this card is so powerful, because the devil energy is like the devil provides the place. There's a space and a place, and you can come and go as you please. And so you're the only one keeping yourself there. Clear it out. Clear it out. Run outside that door, go grab your sage, clear out that space, and turn it into something wonderful. Two of Wands. Okay. This tells you you're going to have choices and you're going to be able to plan. Let's see. You may start to see. They're telling me the reason why this is coming reversed for you, group number 2, here at the end, connected to this, is because you might want to see this fast, like, okay, now what do I get for this? Okay, now what are my choices? Now what are my choices? What are the plans? What are the plans? And shifting a cycle or clearing stuff out, it's sometimes, especially if you've been doing it for a while, you've been in it for a while, sometimes it takes a bit. And so it may not be the fastest, the what word they're using is projection, which, okay, to getting to a place where you feel really great and balanced and comfortable and like you can see the fruits of your labor and you feel grounded again. The change for you is recognizing and realizing that you've got to clear out whatever it is that is holding you back from materializing things and using what you have to your benefit. They're saying it needs to be cleared out. This is your theme energy. You chose the sweat lodge because Spirit wants you and is telling you, please create a void. Start from scratch and understand you can grow things. You can use your wealth for what it is that you want. You have choices. But these habits need to be looked at in order for you to be able to see what those choices are and start feeling like you can actually plan for something different and not just have to hop on every little thing to fill the void. It may take some time, is basically what they're saying. So the clearing also, they're saying, may take some time. Woo! Big change for you. And you've got the Tower card there, group number 2. So, it's coming here. It's time. Don't avoid that. It's time, whether you like it or not. It's time to do that. Ooh, this is the advice card, and that one just flew right out for you. Correct your mistakes. I mean, again. And look at, He's putting out the fire. The wands are the fire energy, right? So, yeah. That's why they're saying, like, it might take some time, thank you, to put out your fire. That's funny, Spirit. Okay. It might take some time to sort of write this and get used to it. Get used to how it feels to sit in that void without either clutching. Get used to spending a little bit of money on yourself or on your dreams or on what you just like to do because you like to do it. Or to get used to saying, no, I don't need that. I don't need another thing to fill this void. I just cleared this. So correct your mistakes. Also, thank you. This is a 1 here. The 1 card not only always signifies a new beginning or new alignment, right? Reconnection, a start of something. Thank you. So yeah, the void is the change. Clearing things out is the change. It's also the Magician card in the tarot, and so that's being able to manifest what it is you want into form, being connected and understanding what kind of power you have, what kind of choices you have, that you can create wealth, that you can create and bring things into form that are connected to what you truly want and desire, not just to fill a void, not just to fill things into a void. So Spirit's telling you very clearly here, you've got to correct the mistakes that you've been making in this kind of energy, and that's going to allow you to actually grow something beautiful with the help of Spirit, beginning to bring things into your life that fill that beautiful void as a result of the clearing. All right, group 2, let's get you a charm before you go. Oh, the turtle. Oh, they're mentioning his shell. Oftentimes the turtle is like a slow and steady energy, which is that wand's reverse, right? You might not have all the stuff that you want just from making the change. It's like you've got to allow yourself to do this slowly. Also, if the clearing feels arduous, and it's painstaking because you really are trying to shift some of these cycles, and this is a moment. I mean, this is a change. It's a big change, and sometimes changes take time. Feel free to take all the time you need, is what they just said. Take all the time you need. And I'm just asking about the shell. Well, the only thing they're giving me about that shell for you, group 2, is make sure that you have, like, you protect yourself as well. So when you go into the sweat lodge, right, you come out of there and you are wide open. Your energy is wide open. So anything can come in and infiltrate it. And since you have this showing up, what Spirit is saying is like, make sure that as you're doing the clearing and the cleansing and the purification and reconnection to yourself and your dreams and your spirit, that you're also making sure to protect yourself as you go back out into the world and take it one step at a time. I'm asking if they'd like me to put this on a specific card or if we should put it on the Sweat Lodge. Ooh, he fell. He's a bouncy turtle, I guess. They want it right on this. So it's really about purification, taking it slow, not trying to rush the clearing, but allowing yourself to move into this kind of transformation or this change that's really going to allow you to, when you correct your mistakes, it's going to allow you to grow something beyond what you can even imagine right now. It's going to bring sparks into your life that allow you to see what it is you could plan, what it is you can have in your future, what it is that you could grow, just by clearing things out and then shifting and the narrative around your money and what it is that you manifest in this world. I hope that this served you, group number 2. If you found this reading helpful, you could let me know by giving it a thumbs up or leaving me a comment below. And if you know someone else who you feel may find it helpful as well, please share it with them so that they can receive the messages that they need. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that the next time I post a pick a card reading, you will be notified. Thank you so much, group number 2. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your reading. We are going to get some information on the next big change that you need to make, what you're going to be stepping into, what's going to be happening next for you. If you're listening to this, you chose pile number 3, card number 3, the Nature Spirits card. And I love this deck. As I've mentioned, we are going to read what your native spirit wants you to know from the book, as Spirit has asked me to do that. The Nature Spirits card is all about joy and happiness and abundance coming into your life and delighting you. It is asking you to be open to the wonders of not only nature, but that heart-centered, magic kind of energy that joy exists in, that love exists in, that happiness exists in. So I'm going to read from the description for you first, and then there's also a journey that comes with each of the cards, which I will place at the end of the reading if it's something that you find that you feel called to trying. Okay, what your native spirit wants you to know. Almost every indigenous culture recounts stories of fairies, often called little people and nature spirits. Although some of the fairies act in protection of their wild lands and should be treated with care and respect, most often they bring blessings and delight to all in their realm. If this nature spirits card chooses you, then welcome to a wellspring of joy and magic. Beneath the surface, mystical interventions are occurring in your life. Relax. All is well. Well, group number 3, all is well. We're starting off with the joy and the elemental guide, the fairies. And such a lovely start to your reading. I am interested to see what Spirit is going to give us for information. Right out of the deck. The Knight of Pentacles there for you in the upright position. The Knight of Pentacles can be a slow-moving energy. So you may have been working pretty hard, knowing where it is that you want to go, knowing what it is that you want to, the word they're using is produce. And maybe you're feeling like it's not coming fast enough or it's not coming as quickly as you would like. You've got the King of Cups here also showing up. The King of Cups is a beautiful, connective, heart-centered, compassionate leader. And so you're doing this from your heart, they just said. And the Magician in the reversed position. This is the manifestation card and being able to understand that you are, thank you, in the process of manifesting. in the process of manifesting. So as I said, I'm really feeling like you're going, I've been doing all of the work. I know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm doing it and creating it and in alignment with what I'm doing from the right place. I'm just trying to figure out when I'm going to get there, when I'm going to see this. And clearly they're saying you're already in alignment with joy and happiness, and all is well. The interventions that are coming from the elemental guides. If you are not getting outside and talking to fairies, you're going to want to start doing that. The death and rebirth card here. The death card just tells you that you've been going through a transformation. Spirit said, quite a good one. So hopefully you've been feeling like you're on the right track there, group number 3. Spirit is definitely working on your behalf. Woo. Both of these? Both of these. I've been asking for 5 and you're getting 6. There was another group that also got 6 here. The 7 of Wands coming up for you. That's beautiful alignment. So yes, if you've been wondering, am I in alignment? Am I on the right path? Am I doing the things I'm supposed to be doing? Should I be doing more? Stay in alignment with your vision. Reconnect to the nature spirits. Reconnect to that joy and that happiness, to your why, they just said, to your why. The Hermit card for you. Oh, more of this is what they said when I flipped that card over. More of going within, more solitude energy, more of the connection to yourself, and that why is going to be so important, because group number 3, you are on the right track. I feel like you are completely aligned. You are completely connected. You may feel like you're going through a transition and you're wondering, am I on the right track, as I said, or is this what I'm meant to be doing? It feels right. It feels like I'm being guided. You are being guided. It's safe to step into the happiness and the joy that deep down inside of you, you're probably feeling. And they just said, and collect it everywhere you go. Collect that everywhere you go. So I'm asking for the change that needs to happen. I mean, I think you're already going through a bit of a change here, or you may have been embarking upon a new path that feels like you're closing out a chapter, or you're leaving something old, or an old way of doing things, or you've had to transition for some reason, and now you're really doing your best to manifest from your heart in service. Again, they just keep saying, we're working on your behalf. So they are totally working. Your spirit team is asking you to really reconnect and trust that if you stay connected and you continue to do the work, it will come here. The 2 of Swords. This is coming up. That's what they just said. The 2 of Swords is a decision card. Oh, well, she has decisions there. All 2s can tell you that you have choices, or sometimes they're coupling energy. The 2 of Swords often says you've got a difficult decision to make, or something that you're pondering over that may not have, the easiest solution may not just be coming to you. So you may be pondering over a decision that you need to make, a choice that you need to make that could create some change here for you, or big change, they said, actually, Jody. The 7 of Cups. So you have choices. The 7 of Cups showing up there for you in the reverse position. You may not understand how many choices you have there, group number 3, but you've got choices. Oh, yeah. Look at that. You'll know which cup is the right one. This choice that you're going to be making here, decisions and choices. You have more to choose from than you think, is how they're saying it. And clearly, one of these cups holds the key to your dream. It is the one you're supposed to hold, you're supposed to drink from, thank you, the one that you're supposed to take. And if you can trust that you are on the right path, this cup, this choice, is really going to bring in this beautiful alignment energy for you. Look at that. Wow. The Death card over the Death card. Something is coming to a close. They just said, you don't have to be afraid. All is well. We're working with you. Really tap into the lightness of the fairies. Sometimes working with elementals alone, just calling them in and starting to communicate with them actually allows your energy to naturally lift and connect to that manifestation, that magic. And this is where you're going to be able to see very clearly the choice that's meant for you, because something has to be done differently. Something is changing. Something is ending. Something is ending. It's an important end. So, this is your change there. It's going to bring such joy, though, I feel, especially if you've been feeling like I am in alignment. I know what I want to do, but I have to make a choice as to either how I'm going to do it or which path to choose. The Prince of Swords here in the reverse position. In order to get out of any kind of stuck energy in your mind about making that decision and which way to go, so the actual move that you need to make, reconnect with spirit first. Get yourself in this beautiful connective bubble. And for you, it is all about aligning with joy and happiness and magic, because that's what's going to help you understand what cup has your dreams in it, which path you're meant to take. This card is telling me that you may have a lack of, she has the word determination here, but it feels like motivation more to me. Because you don't know which one to choose, or you don't know which path is the best path. You're kind of wondering, but something is coming to a close. And when I say that, if you know what that is, you've got the Death card here twice right above. They're just hammering that home for you. Don't resist it. It needs to come to an end in order for your dreams to come true, in order for you to follow your dreams. Chase your dreams is how they're saying it with this Prince of Swords. The Prince of Swords makes strategic moves, intelligent moves. He knows the way and he does it. He doesn't just hop on things and just go, go, go. He's not flying by the seat of his pants. He knows what he's doing. And so you've got to assess your choices to be able to step onto that path. It's going to be a very big change for you. A very good change, though. Whatever needs to be left behind or is dying, I guess, for lack of a better way to say that, it's okay to let it go. All is well. You're being helped. 3 of these cards popped out. They want all of them. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. This is what they were talking about in this open. This is the influence of the divine and being able to trust that. So reconnecting with yourself in that solitude position is going to help you, right? Reconnecting is going to help you trust that spirit is also leading you. If you can't see all of your choices, then ask spirit to show you. Ask to be shown the way forward. Which way allows me to bring my dreams to fruition in the best possible way for the highest good of all involved? What helps me leave this behind and make the change and step forward onto a new path with clarity? They're involved in that. So you're going to probably see signs, get messages, but it's a trust that needs to happen when the wheel comes up. Yes, see? Look, the King of Cups again. That's a reiteration. Ace of Swords, the clarity card reversed. Where do you? Oh, okay. They're talking about the clarity is blocked without both of these. So it's like using your mind. The Ace of Swords is about new insights, a new path, or a new way to think about something. And without going within yourself, while also, so asking your own intuition, asking your own divine self, while also trusting that wheel of life, it's going to be hard for you to find the clarity that you're looking for. And the whole goal for you, group number 3, is being able to make the choice that is aligned with your dreams. To do that, you've got to be able to understand that you can manifest things and you are on the right track. You've got the King of Cups twice. This means you're in alignment with your service. And you're going to be able to take control of what it is that you want. You're going to be able to make decisions that are good for the whole, not just for you, and act in service from a heart-centered, compassionate place. You can trust that. If you have been holding on to something that needs to go or that is ending, please choose to let it go, reconnect with yourself, reconnect with spirit, and start trusting, because you will start to be able to see the choices you have, and you will then know exactly how to move forward. You'll be able to make that decision. You're going to get the clarity. Without going within and spending some time within, go out into nature. If you feel like sitting down and meditating for however long is not your vibe, it doesn't vibe with you, that's okay. There's no right or wrong way to meditate. If what's calling to you is to go out into nature, make sure that you're congregating with the elementals, with the fairies, that you're stepping into that magic. And if that's where you feel most aligned, because that is your whole goal. If you haven't been taking time to connect to your joy center, remember your why you want to do this to begin with, why you want to embark upon this path, why you might be taking the actions that you're taking, you're going to get that confusion energy where you're not being able to receive the insights that are coming to help you go, yes, I know what to do. Yes, I can see all my options. And yes, I know this is the right one, that it is the path to my dreams. Yes, I know I need to leave this behind. Congregate with the magic. Wherever that is for you, call in those fairy guides, because they are meant to help you. As it said, they want me to read that part of the card before I pick this again. So yeah, they're like, get it right. Beneath the surface, mystical interventions are occurring in your life. Relax, all is well. Mystical interventions. So you want to be grateful as you're seeing those come in, but you need to be able to be aware of them. And in order to do that, you've got to be able to get connected with yourself and trust the divine, and then notice, oh, this is that insight I was looking for. Okay, so you're doing a lot of asking, and you're doing a lot of listening, and you're remembering to connect with joy, because something is shifting for you. It's a big change, and it's going to bring, it feels like alignment and magic. It's already available to you, and so for you to see it in form, you've just got to do a bit of alignment energy. No. I'm just pulling here from the, both of these? No, the top. Okay. From the Soul Lessons and Soul Purpose deck for a little bit of direction for you. Accept what is. Boom. Look at that card. It's all within you, they just said. It's all within you. Seven. This is a 7, and the 7 of Wands. They're just sort of making the comparison there that, you see, it's all within you. You've got to reconnect to the divine, to your spirit teams, to the nature spirits, and allow yourself to feel the magic, group 3. You are on the right track. Something is changing and like I said, coming to a close, a conclusion, in order for something new to be born. And it feels like it's going to be connected to what you dream about or what you truly desire, your service, your purpose, etc. The Accept What Is card is the only way that you can make, thank you. This will allow the choice, is what they're saying. So the only way that you can really step into making a good choice or making the right choice for you, especially intuitively and with the guidance of your spirit team, is to first move into acceptance. So that's what they're telling you to do here. First, move into acceptance, because if you don't accept what is, how can you make a decision on it? So move into acceptance first. Make sure that you're looking at the choices that you do have here, and you're observing all of those pieces that are available to you. That's what's going to help you step into this kind of alignment, this high level alignment in what it is that you're bringing to fruition, and make the choices that you need. I'm asking where they want me to put this. Tuck it. This is moving all your cards around to tuck this. Many more cards than expected there, group number 3. Group 3, what a wonderful reading. So as you know, something is going to change. Something is going to leave. It already wants to, they said. It already wants to leave. So don't stop it from leaving. If you do, you're just going to kind of cause yourself, it's like longer. Move into acceptance for what is right now so that you can see what is available to you and move into this high level vibration connectivity. You're on the right track. You'll be able to make the best decision for you when you congregate and connect with the magic and the joy that is available for you. And just choose a charm for you before we go. A tiny little. The hat. Directly on the Hermit. Boop. So the hat charm is, for me, it signifies being able to tune out the outside world, the projection energy, things that may be projected upon you on a daily basis, your thoughts, your worries, your fears, all of those kinds of things, and to just be able to connect within, to give yourself the protection that you need. Because if you're walking around sort of open in the world and you're taking on everything, especially through your crown, it can be overwhelming sometimes. So return to your heart center. It's just another reminder. Shut down, shut off when you need to shut off so that you can return within. Shut out the outside noise is how they're saying it when you need to, so that you can go within yourself and move into acceptance, that you can ask yourself, what is my truth? What is my spirit team saying? What kind of help am I getting and noticing, so that I can see what's available for me and make the absolute best decisions for myself. Group number 3, I'm really excited for you to let this move and let this go and allow that change to happen and be able to make the best decision for yourself moving forward in alignment with your purpose and your higher reason for being here. Really begin to manifest your dreams. If you found this reading helpful, group 3, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up or by leaving a comment down below. And if you know someone else that may find it helpful, please share it with them so that they can have a chance to receive the messages that they need. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that the next time I post a pick a card reading, you will be notified. Thank you so much, group number 3. Hello, group 4, and welcome to your reading. If you are listening to this, you chose the pile all the way to the right with the Circle of Life card. Now, we're going to get some information on the next big change, or what is changing in your life and what you can do about it, and the info from Spirit. I am going to read what your native spirit wants you to know from the Denise Lynn description book here, because they're just such beautiful descriptions with sometimes a bit of stories and background, and Spirit wanted me to make sure that you hear what your native spirit wants you to know from your card. The Circle of Life card in general is asking you to observe the bigger picture and where you are in that. Also, it says that everything continues to move. And so if you've been down or been challenged lately, things are going to start looking up, because abundance is always available for you. It's similar to the Wheel of Fortune card. It's like, where are you? The influence of the divine is helping and happening. And in particular, this card says abundance is flowing to you. So if you've been feeling on the down side of things, things are going to be looking up. Things are changing in the right direction for you. Now, I'm going to read the section from the book first to kick off your reading. It says, the Circle of Life, called the medicine wheel in Native American traditions, symbolizes a cosmology that honors all the circles of life. Those in Western cultures tend to see life as linear. However, those in indigenous cultures see all life as a circle. When this card chooses you, it's time to honor and cherish all aspects of the great circle. All parts of the journey have beauty and grace. There's beauty in the sun rising, just as there is in the sun setting. To only revel in the rising sun and demean times of endings depletes your energy. Choose what is, and you become master of the universe, or at least of your own personal universe. So you're paying attention to where you are now and understanding that when you observe what you have in the present moment, in your own universe, it creates this, I know they're showing me something like bursting out of your own energy that allows you to be grateful for the bigger picture, for the entirety of your life and the circle of life and what's come before you and what's going to come after you. Like I said, if you have been down, they go wrong deck. We're not starting with the field, correct? If you have been feeling down, as I said, group number 4, just hit that. It feels like that's coming to an end here. Yeah, it's like it's looking up is how they're saying it. Just going to get some more information from the light seers first. I'm asking for 5, but wait, the Spirit's been giving sort of whatever they want to give. Here's 4 cards. The 4 of Wands. This is a celebration card showing up here reversed for you. So maybe you're like, there's nothing to celebrate. There's nothing to celebrate, Jody. That's that down if you've been feeling down. But there is. Look at that. The 4 of Cups says that gatherings of people do care about you. They do love you. Group number 4. And Spirit's saying, you need to congregate with them. You may have just been stuck in a routine cycle. This could be a cycle of thought, of limiting beliefs. This could be coping mechanisms. So drugs or alcohol is sometimes point to, but we will get some more information. Ooh, it's keeping you, they said. It's keeping you from your intuition. This energy is keeping you from your intuition and being able to connect with the larger picture, the larger, it's like what's available for you, the larger pieces of abundance that's available for you. Listening here. Because the High Priestess, she's constantly connected to higher wisdom. See in this card, I don't know if you can see this, but her eyes are closed, but her eyes are open. So she doesn't need to, hopefully you can see that. She doesn't need to speak all the time. She just knows. Sometimes, it's like sometimes it's almost like your inner knowing knows that what you're doing is what you're doing it to cope because you feel either disconnected or there's not anything to celebrate, but they're telling you that like there is something to celebrate and there are people that love you. You see what I mean by them just giving however many cards they want today? All right, let's make some space because I think 4 more cards for you here. So imbalance. Temperance card in the reverse position. See, there is something to celebrate. This is like topsy-turvy energy coming through for you in this first spread. Knight of Cups in the reverse is maybe somebody in your life isn't showing you the love that you want. That may be why you feel like there isn't anything to celebrate. I'm just going to cope. But I think things are going to be changing in a very good direction. And yes, they are. The Sun card. What a beautiful card. This is success. This is happiness. This is your an abundant future. Any kind of problems that you've had being resolved. They're saying that these are coupled in and of themselves. There's 8 cards and that they're coupled. So if you're feeling like there's nothing to celebrate or have nobody to celebrate with, you actually do have that available for you. If you've been feeling like you don't have a connection, it's because of the coping mechanisms that you're using that are keeping you. You just have to spend some more time with yourself. And we'll see what comes on the bottom here. If you're feeling like you can't show up in the world, that you're not able to do that things feel out of whack, They're saying actually you are already in a place where people recognize you as something to be celebrated. And that if you feel like, oh, someone's ignoring me, or they're not giving me what I need, or I don't feel loved, you're going to actually have a beautiful new beginning there, a change there. Something's going to resolve itself, and you're going to be able to step into happiness. As I said, it's yo-yoing energy, which is what I was picking up really with the circle of life at the start. If you've been feeling down, things are about to change for the better for you. That Sun card is just sitting there in the end. The King of Discs. They want me to put 4, I believe, under here. Is that correct? Yes. So the 2s go with the 4s. So this... See, the King of Discs is a master of the physical world. He knows exactly what to do to bring things and to manifest things into fruition. You also they're saying you may work with somebody or collaborate with somebody to bring that into fruition. So if you've got an idea or something, or you've been looking to work with someone to bring something in, it could be an idea, it could be something that you've been thinking about or working on. Don't be afraid to reach out, because it feels like you're going to step into a very high level of manifestation. See this card, she gives the word power here. That's power on the physical plane. Manifestation power, physical power. Oh, okay. The 5 of Wands. So you may have felt either conflict or competition. She has competition there. Somebody, I think what they're saying is they're listening to your insights. So you must be getting them and speaking them. And then it's like they're using them. Maybe they're not giving you credit for it. Instead of helping with it, they're not helping you. They're acting as if either they came up with that idea, or well, the King of Discs just doesn't allow that, group number 4. So just believe that is going to be changing. And I think what they're saying is be careful who you share your intuitive hits with, because they may not always be there to help you. You've got to be careful who you're, it's like collaborating with. Because the 5 of Wands is, yes, it's a competition card, but when it's upright, it's like working together to get to a certain goal, or working together to perfect something and bring it to fruition, or bring it into the light here, right? And so something's been out of balance when you're trying to do that. And I believe it feels like someone you're telling your ideas to. Either they're discouraging you, or they're taking your ideas, or they're saying they're just not good, and it's making you revert to this coping mechanism. Be careful who you're talking to and collaborating with, because they're telling you that's going to change. If you can be aware of who you're allowing into that space of creation, and choose the people that you trust, that you know are really on your team, on your side, helping either bringing it to fruition with you, or who are encouraging you, and they're your cheerleaders. That's who you want to be able to work with, or share your ideas with, or think you get opinions from. So change the way that you share, change the way that you create, change the way that you think about how you're going to work with people or bring something into existence. Oh, something is going to. There's a Tower moment. So a change will be happening. Divine intervention, the Tower. This just, they just said, they're bringing my attention to this lightning bolt and saying, it's like an aha moment that you're going to have, where you go, oh, this person's either being put on a pedestal, or I actually came up with that, or I Right. I need to choose differently, or I need to bring this into, or keep control or something, or power over it. This change is going to help you be seen. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, again, you need to look at who you've got around you, group 4. And this is what's going to turn that in a different direction for you, where you're going to feel like, oh, I've been so challenged here, but now I'm coming out of that. And I'm being able to be seen. Now I'm actually feeling more balanced. It's like you're going to be able to break free of whatever you've been in by making sure that your insights are being given to the right people. They're saying this is going to be like an aha moment where you're like, oh, of course. How did I not see that before? Now this makes so much sense. Ooh, I guess we're going 8. What do you want with all these? Look, it's 8 and 8 for you, group 4. Queen of Cups energy. She has intuition here. So if someone's been kind of mean to you or not nice to you, it's going to resolve itself nicely, but you have to use your intuition to suss that out, to be able to know. It's like, stay back and observe for a bit. What would you like with these, Spirit? They said, flip them. Well, I guess here. Oh, so these are coupling up as well. Group 4, very interesting spread here. So the King of Discs with the 10 of Discs, you're going to be able, let's just look at those. You're going to be able to take what it is that you know, take what it is that you have, and be able to manifest it to a high level and actually bring it into fruition. This is a completion energy. It's a grounded, you may be able to, bring in some finances with it, money. It's success energy. You're going to be able to bring it into form and establish it. Remember, if we're linking this up, it's like you're going to have something to celebrate, but you need to do it with the right people. Okay. The competition card, or the 5 of Wands, here they're saying someone may be kind of blocking you. The 2 of Cups. So you will have a good union. You just got to be able to intuit it. Make sure that you're sharing your insights with the right people, the people who you know love you, who have your back, as I said before, etc. Yeah, they're basically reiterating here. Okay, the Tower is coming to help create balance here below the Temperance card, and ooh, the 7 of Swords. So yeah, it's going to show you if someone's been deceiving you, or if something fishy's been going on, that Tower moment, like they said, it's going to be like, oh, it's an aha moment. Aha, right, okay. And whatever that piece of information is that you receive is going to help you feel like you can step into this energy, to be seen, to step into your success, to step in that, thank you, admiration is the word that they're using. Feeling good about the path forward, feeling like, things are looking up now. I understand. It's a secret or some kind of something that you didn't understand. You're going to get that aha moment with this piece of information. So that's amazing. The Queen of Cups is showing up underneath the Knight of Cups in the reverse position. So again, if somebody seems a little bit off, if they're not being nice or they're not appreciating you, thank you, you've got to suss that out. So they're saying observation for you. Take a step back and observe what's really going on here. And that's how you're going to actually move into fulfillment. The 9 of Cups, success and fulfillment, a yes energy, a happiness energy, things being solved, coming together, light at the end of the tunnel, and massive fulfillment here. So pick and choose wisely what you're allowing to exist in your own space and in your own life, especially around the relationships and the people that you're speaking to, working with, keeping around you, who you're giving your love to or sharing your ideas with. That needs to change for you, and it's going to create a massive amount of fulfillment and heart-centered success for you. You're going to feel really good as a result of this change. As I said, you're about to get a shift here. If you've been being challenged or you've been feeling kind of like, that's all going to be shifting for you, ending in some massive fulfillment and success. Some happiness is coming for you. Group number 4. I'm just going to get some advice for you from the Soul Lessons and Soul Purpose deck. Okay. Quietly serve. You see? Thank you. That's really what I'm picking up here with this. And of course the Queen, but the High Priestess, they want you to make sure that you are in touch with your intuition, but you don't then have to go and scream it from the mountaintops. And the Quietly Serve card is, they said it's a master number. 47, that's 11. So yes, 11. High alignment. You know what your service is. You know what you can bring into fruition. You have this energy here where you're going to bring wealth in to establish something wonderful. It's just the relationships that are really popping up in this reading that need to change for you. So you've got to be able to sit back, observe who it is you're working with. Make sure that you're asking yourself as you continue to, show up and do the thing, that you're asking yourself who you're supposed to be aligning with, who you're supposed to be working with. Ask Spirit to bring them in for you clearly. They are available to you, and your intuition will direct you to them. You don't have to keep sort of butting up against someone who's either not showing up or who's making you feel like, oh my God, I can't deal with this. I'm going to use a coping mechanism here because I am just tired or I'm frustrated or what have you. It's going to return to balance as a result of this aha moment and this information that helps you step into the spotlight of your life and attain this kind of success and fulfillment that you're looking for. You don't need to shout it from the mountaintops. Make sure you know who you're sharing it with, and that wheel, that circle, is going to be looking up for you. Let me just pull a charm here to close out your reading, group 4. Beautiful change happening. Been through a bit of a challenge, so thank you, Spirit. Oh, yay. The angel wings. So the influence of Spirit is guiding you, for sure. I'm just asking if they want it on any specific card or not. Oh. The Tower card, they're asking. So that aha moment, just say thank you very much to your team, to your angels, to your spirit teams, because something's going to come in to change the way you look at things and help you understand things better. And they're claiming that there. I'm so excited for you, group number 4. Whatever change is coming, it's really going to lift you up and flip things on the script. If you've been feeling like it hasn't been going well, you do have the power to bring things into fruition, into fulfillment, into success energy. But as I said, serve quietly. Make sure that you're being selective about who it is that you're sharing your wonderful ideas and insights with, and who it is that you're choosing to spend, your time around and give your energy to, and work with and work around, etc. I hope that this served you, group number 4. If you found this reading helpful, you can let me know by please giving it a thumbs up or leaving me a comment below. And if you know someone else who might find it helpful, then please share it with them so that they can receive the messages that they may need. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that the next time I post a pick a card reading, you will be notified. Thank you so much, group number 4.